The 6 o'clock news starts right now.
Finishing the week on a soggy note in South Texas. It has been raining most of the day in our viewing area. Meteorologist Katie Blake standing by to give us a quick update on what's going on the radar and when this rain might clear out.
I love that graphic. Still raining.
Still raining, in case you're curious.
That has me cracking up. Yes, still raining and raining hard in spots. We have had a flash flood warning pop up this afternoon. This was during the 4 o'clock hour. This is for southwestern Bexar and northwestern Atascosa County. Doesn't include Pleasanton, but it does include Poteet, Von Ormy, Mitchell Lake area. So southern tier of Bexar County here, west of Elmendorf. This is where we had what radar estimates a swath of anywhere from 2 to 4.5 inches of rain a couple hours ago. Likely that water has had time to run off here over the past couple of hours. Nonetheless, this flash flood warning will be in place until 7:30 this evening. So if you must travel within this green polygon, please be very, very careful, and remember, never drive over a flooded roadway. And really everywhere across the area, be careful if you've got to get out on the roads this evening. We've got wet roadways and showers will continue into the evening. Heaviest rain now is south of Divine. This little non-severe thunderstorm cell east of Pearsall is moving north with some heavy rain and some flashes of lightning. This will likely continue to drift off to the north, but the trend we've seen here is that these showers are also moving west very gradually, and that's because everything is rotating around an area of low pressure that's centered west of San Antonio. Showers continue up into a portion of the hill country, even west of Del Rio and Eagle Pass. So this evening, showers will continue to be possible. So keep that in mind if you'll be heading out, staying cloudy, staying very muggy as well. Low rain chances tomorrow. No rain chance by Sunday. We'll talk all about your weekend forecast and more coming up in a bit. Myra.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks, Katie. The wet weather, of course, having an impact on roads this evening.
Yeah, our Samuel King joins us now. Samuel, we had some ramps that were actually closed due to flooding earlier.
Yeah, those ramps were on I-10. Looks like those have been reopened, but we're still seeing some issues out there. A number of flood low water crossings have been closed this afternoon. So you can find more about that online, KSAT.com, bearflood.org. This is a look downtown. We had a crash here at 35 at Cesar Chavez. That does look to be getting better as we head over here to the wall real quick just to show you around. So there's the vehicles there stalled. Traffic moving a little bit better than it was, but we still have some issues around the area, including on I-10. Also watching this situation on 37 southbound, still at a standstill down there. There was a crash near the Southton area, but just major delays here on 37 on the southwest side. Here's how that looks graphically. 18 minutes from 1604 to I-10, the southeast side I mentioned. 49 minutes. I had to double check this. I actually went into our system to make sure that this was correct, but it is correct. That is how long it's going to take you to get from I-10 to Loop 1604 on 37 on the southeast side. Definitely unusual. And going all the way down to Pleasanton, 65 minutes, so more than an hour, and actually more than an hour heading from downtown San Antonio to New Braunfels on I-35. Just giving you an indication of the wet road conditions across the area. Let's take another look here at another Transguide. This is I-10 at Frio. Still raining out there, so take it easy out there and be careful, and we'll get through this, and hopefully this rain is going to wrap up pretty soon. Myra?
All right, thank you, Samuel. New at 6, a Canyon Lake man arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon for an early morning shooting. According to the Comal County Sheriff's Office, 27-year-old Brandon Michael Kramer shot another man during an argument. This happened in the 1000 block of Real Lane in Canyon Lake around 6:30. Deputies say Kramer and the victim and a woman were involved in this argument when Kramer pulled out a gun and shot the other man. The victim was taken to a Hays County hospital, listed in critical condition. That woman was not hurt.
A Bexar County jail inmate on life support this evening after being found unresponsive this afternoon after an apparent medical episode. Sheriff Javier Salazar says the unidentified inmate is in serious condition. The 57-year-old being held for murder and aggravated kidnapping. We'll update the story when new information becomes available.
It is the time of year when memories are made. Summer camps are back after many were canceled, of course, last year due to the pandemic.
And while local camps are following safety protocol, there are still kids testing positive for COVID-19. Tiffany Huertas has a look at how 2 major camps are responding to these situations.
A lot of our staff have been vaccinated. Now we have the option of actually wearing the mask or not wearing the mask.
At DR Sims Family YMCA at Tri Point, kids are also not required to wear a mask. The program director for YMCA, Isamar Bernal, says although more kids are back at camp this year, they are still keeping class sizes smaller and cleaning often.
After every rotation, we still try to do the hand washing, but if not, we do have hand sanitizer bottles that we give to our staff.
But there are still kids who have tested positive for COVID-19.
At one camp that had one child, and then yesterday there was one camp that had one child, but that's been it.
Bernal says all parents are notified when this happens.
But luckily, we haven't had an outburst of breaks.
Last year, the city of San Antonio was offering 8 summer camp locations. This year, they have 34, including this one at Garza Community Center. Interim Parks and Recreation Manager Sarah Sharp says masks are also not required at their camps.
We have hand sanitizing stations throughout the building. We definitely do enhanced cleaning.
Sharp says they have had a handful of positive COVID-19 cases, but they were all isolated incidents.
We find that out, we reach out to Metro Health. They do the contact tracing.
When there are COVID-19 positive cases detected at any of the city summer camps, there is a team that comes and disinfects the buildings. And while summer camp still looks different these days, staff at these camps are feeling prepared and comfortable this year. Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Visitors to San Antonio often end up stopping by the Alamo or the Riverwalk, but some are now stopping to get vaccinated first. Garrett Berger live at the airport where a pop-up clinic is vaccinating locals and travelers alike. Garrett, how's that working out?
Well, like all the other Metro Health pop-up COVID-19 vaccine clinics, this one doesn't require an appointment and it's free. And they aren't checking if the folks coming in are visiting or if they're residents of San Antonio. If you're passing by baggage claim, you can pick up your luggage and pick up a vaccine. A Metro Health spokeswoman says there are more than enough vaccines to go around in the United States. And the most important thing right now is getting the shots in the arms of anyone who wants or needs them. The agency says these airport pop-up clinics are averaging more than 100 people a day, which is a lot more than the other ones out in the community. At least some of the people were here specifically to get vaccinated. One mother and daughter duo we talked to said they're turning their trip from Mexico City into a vacation. But the main goal was getting their shots here where it's available.
In Mexico, there has been it's not time for the ones from my age to get vaccinated, and if we are going to get vaccinated in August or September, but classes are going to start, so it's better to start vaccinated than without that vaccine.
This is the 7th pop-up clinic held at the airport so far, and a schedule released by the city today shows that they plan to be here every day through at least next Saturday too. Now, the available shots at the clinic are both the 2-dose Pfizer, which requires a wait time between doses, and the 1-shot Johnson & Johnson. That way, if someone's headed back somewhere where they might not be able to get the vaccine, say Mexico, they could still go back vaccinated. Live at the airport, I'm Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Garrett. Home was no shelter from trouble for a man on the east side today. San Antonio police say someone shot into his home and killed him. It happened overnight on Ferris Avenue near Martin Luther King Drive. As Katrina Weber reports, they're still investigating why someone shot him.
San Antonio police zone in on the outside of a home in the 400 block of Ferris Avenue, the same area where hours before someone with a gun stood and took aim at the home. Inside, they found the body of a 63-year-old man in his bedroom. Police say he was standing there when the bullets tore through his wall around 1:30 this morning and hit him in his back. When officers arrived, there was nothing they could do to help. The man already was dead. Witnesses told them the shooter had arrived in a white compact car. Whether or not the victim was the intended target will most likely come out in the investigation. But from what police say, it looks like the house definitely was targeted. They say that the shooter got out of the car, walked up to it, and began firing. That gunman took off in the same white car. Police have not tracked it down yet. They did find shell casings at the scene, including at least one in the street nearby. Now they're searching for answers, including who fired the shots and why. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
An investigation underway on the city's east side after firefighters discover a body in a burned RV early this morning. Fire crews actually getting the call in the 200 block of Reedwell Drive around 5:30. When they got there, they say the travel trailer was filled with flames behind the house. Firefighters put out the fire, then found the man's body inside. He has not been identified, but we're told he was in his 60s. No one else was hurt. Homicide and arson are investigating.
The origins of COVID-19 continue to raise several questions, but we're learning more about animals' spread of the disease. Could your dog or your cat be the source for your infection? Ursula Perry reports researchers are studying animals in the environment, trying to identify the potential sources.
A tiger at a New York zoo, gorillas in San Diego, and a handful of companion pets like cats and dogs, all testing positive for the coronavirus.
We know that this virus can jump species, and what we want to know next, or be able to tell as early as possible, is what other species can it be in.
Hale and a team of microbiologists and other scientists are part of an eScout team. The goal? To identify the virus in different animals, then determine if those animals are harboring mutations that could then spread COVID back to humans.
We're testing deer, squirrels, mink, rabbits, and working closely with a lot of different community members, including other veterinarians and veterinary clinics, to test things like ferrets as well. We're also testing pigs at agricultural fairs, so state and county fairs where pigs may be coming together for shows.
The scientists are also monitoring wastewater and urban runoff for the SARS-CoV-2 virus to determine what strain of the virus is circulating. Researchers say environmental surveillance will be important in long-term COVID prevention measures.
Scientists have found that the transmission rates between animals and people is very, very low, with one exception, minks. They're in the same family as otters and weasels, and for whatever reason, COVID transmission is a lot easier between minks to people and people to minks. Ursula Perry, KSAT 12 News.
Look outside with live cam. What a view. I mean, it has just been nonstop. It's an unusual day for us.
You can see the outline of downtown San Antonio there.
It's there somewhere.
Yeah, you can a little bit mid-70s. I mean, for this time of year, for us to be in the mid-70s right now, you know rain is involved. Check out our almanac from today. I was really excited to show you this. Our morning low was 74. The warmest we got today, 79. Our average high this time of year is 94. So to say we were cooler than average would be a little bit of an understatement. Our record high temperature on this day is 105. So 79. How about that? Thanks to a little bit more than an inch of rain at the airport in San Antonio. Elsewhere across South Texas, high temperatures limited to the 70s and 80s. A few spots like Laredo and Del Rio did jump into the low 90s, but Del Rio, even you're getting in on a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity this evening. So we've got a low spinning west of San Antonio, still producing some showers around the Alamo City and Bexar County. We've also got that flash flood warning in southern Bexar, northern Atascosa counties that will continue until 7:30. More on that, more on your weekend forecast coming up in just a bit. We'll be right back.
Parts of our area still getting drenched for another day today.
Yeah, and you know, the flooding wasn't a concern when we started the day, but we've just been getting so much rain. It has to be a concern for certain areas right now, Katie.
Yeah, it was pretty manageable for much of the day this morning. It was light and moderate enough around the city and spaced out enough that we didn't have any issues. Kind of started to catch up with us a little bit this afternoon, and that's when we had a flash flood warning issued for parts of Bexar and Atascosa counties. Here's the radar estimated rainfall that triggered that flash flood warning. Radar estimates that we had a decent swath there south of Somerset, essentially between Somerset and Poteet, of nearly 5 inches of rain in not a long period of time. So that's why this flash flood warning was issued. It's going to be in place for anyone in the green polygon until 7:30, so still about an hour and 15 minutes to go before this is expired. And across much of this morning, especially in Atascosa County, not a whole lot of rain, but we are starting to see some moderate rain fill in southwestern Bexar County from Von Ormy down to Somerset, across 16 all the way over to Mitchell Lake and 281. So even though the very heavy rain from a couple hours ago that triggered this initial warning, that has all moved away. the heavy rain, the water that's left, still needs some time to run off and get to its proper spot. And we've got this moderate rain starting to fill back in. So that's why until this expires at 7:30, if you have to travel within this green polygon down 16 to Poteet, please be extra careful and don't try to drive over a flooded roadway. That goes for everyone. The heavy band of rain that set up and prompted this flash flood warning now has moved off to the west. That's some good news. If it had just sat there, we would have some big time problems here, but it has moved west along 35. We've got some heavy rain along 35 between Pearsall and Divine, but this is all moving, and that is some really good news. And I do think that will continue to cut down on the threat for any additional flooding this evening. Nonetheless, if you'll be out and about, you certainly could still run into some pockets of heavier rain, so just be careful. We've got scattered activity west of San Antonio and 35 all the way out to Valverde County and Del Rio. Del Rio, you had some nice rumbles of thunder move through about an hour ago. Now you're left with just some light to moderate rainfall. And then even down south of Highway 90 from Maverick County up to La Pryor all the way over to Cotulla, some pockets of heavier rain and rumbles of thunder in and around San Antonio, Bexar County. We're left with a lot of clouds and some light rain at the airport currently with an air temperature of 76. It's very muggy though. Dew point and air temperature are very close. It's one of those days where if you're inside with the AC, your doors and windows may be fogged up just because it's so humid outside. Winds are about 5 to 10 miles per hour at this hour. Temperatures elsewhere, 77 Fredericksburg, 79 in Del Rio, a rain-cooled 79, also 79 in Cotulla. Extensive cloud cover across south central Texas all the way from Houston, the Brazos Valley up to Austin, even extending now into a portion of the Concho Valley. And it's because we've got a low pressure system spinning off to the west. This over the past 24 hours has gone from near Corpus Christi off to the northwest, and that's what slung all that rain our direction today. As we head into the overnight hours, it will continue to move west. It's going to run into the higher terrain of northern Mexico there and essentially just get shredded. That will leave us with some isolated showers, especially west of 35 through the overnight hours. And through the start of the day tomorrow, I can't rule out a few showers here or there, but we're not looking at this constant, bands of heavy rain that would lead to flooding. That's not in the cards as we get into the overnight hours and early tomorrow. And even by tomorrow afternoon, some spotty pop-up activity will be possible, but overall coverage of rain tomorrow, especially second half of the day, it is going to be really, really spotty, and we should get some decent clearing tomorrow afternoon. So the sun will come out tomorrow. High of 88, south-southeast winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. A little bit warmer on Sunday, high of 92. And then next week we fall more into a pattern that's typical for us this time of year. Some afternoon showers possible, mainly closer to the coast.
Did you hear what Katie said? The sun will come out tomorrow.
I also saw the lip syncing over here between us.
Bet your bottom dollar.
There you go.
There'll be sun.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. All right, the Spurs. I'm a Spurs fan, obviously. So there were times last night when the Phoenix Suns reminded me of those great Spurs teams, just so good at passing the ball around the perimeter.
How many touches does it take to make a basket? Last night, it was a clinic just before the first half, and we'll show you how they were able to pull that off. Plus, it's fight night tonight involving a San Antonio boxer when we come back. The Phoenix Suns have taken a 2-0 lead over the Milwaukee Bucks in the NBA Finals, are now 2 wins away from claiming their first ever NBA championship in franchise history. They did it with a combined effort to hold off the Bucks' aggressiveness in Game 2. All 5 starters were in double figures, led by Devin Booker, who had 31 points, included 7 3-pointers. Chris Paul added 23, but Mikal Bridges stepped up to pour in 27 points. But everyone was talking about the final play of the first half, so the ball went from Paul to Booker to Jay Crowder to Bridges, back to Crowder to Paul, then over to Crowder, back to Bridges, and finally finds its way inside to DeAndre Ayton for the basket, and the foul coming right here. Nice movement. Look at that. An 11-point lead at the time at halftime. There's the basket and the foul. Suns played team basketball in a 118-108 victory.
That's just who we are. One of our pillars is sharing the ball. My time in San Antonio and being under Pop for all those years, I learned that when the ball moves like that, 1, everybody gets to take ownership, and 2, it can have an effect on the defense when you move the ball. Now, it's not a commonplace in the NBA to have that many passes, but that was a huge momentum play for us, but that's who we've been for 2 years.
We have a saying with our team, it's called good to great. You know, we pass up good shots to get great shots, and it's the unselfishness of our team. Any coach in America, I'm sure they love to show their team that clip, and, you know, DA finished it at the end.
Meantime, the Milwaukee Bucks gave the Suns a run for their money in Game 2 behind Giannis Antetokounmpo's 42 points, even though it looks like his left knee that was hyperextended in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals was tested more than once. Drew Holiday got off to a hot start after being limited in Game 1 to just 10 points. He would finish with 17 this time. But Chris Middleton, who had been the key in Antetokounmpo's absence in Games 5 and 6 in the Eastern Conference Finals, was only good for 11. That included just 1 for 6 from three-point range. The Bucks have been here before, down 2-0 in a playoff series.
We just gotta keep staying aggressive. Going back to Milwaukee, you know, we've been here before. We know what the deal is. Just gotta be aggressive, keep enjoying, you know, playing together, keep enjoying playing basketball. You know, and hopefully our good habits, you know, throughout the year can, you know, take over, and now we can put ourselves in a position to win the game. But we know what the deal is.
All right, the finals move to Milwaukee for Games 3 and 4 starting on Sunday. Live here on KSAT 12 at 7 p.m. Tonight out in Los Angeles, Hector Tanajara Jr. will fight his 20th career bout, but this one will not be easy. Tanajara Jr. will face Mexico's William Zepeda. A fighter is 22-0, 20 knockouts, plus he's a southpaw. El Finito told us last week that he watched the Mario Barrios versus Gervonta Davis fight, not only to cheer for the hometown champ, but also to pick up some pointers in fighting a dangerous southpaw like Davis.
I think, you know, Mario showed that San Antonio doesn't lay down, doesn't back down from nobody. Very, very happy and proud of the performance that he gave. And, you know, I just learned, you know, that those guys are dangerous. Fighting a lefty is already dangerous. And especially a guy with power is even more dangerous. So, you know, I just know I have to stick to the game plan my team has. And by doing that, I'll come out with the victory.
Tonight's matchup of undefeated fighters can be seen on DAZN, and if Tanajara Jr. wins, he'll also take home the WBA Continental America's title belt. We'll be watching him from here, and good luck.
Absolutely. Thank you, Greg.
Our KSAT Q&A is up next.
We see the for hire signs that are out there in a lot of businesses in San Antonio and South Texas. So how does that get remedied? How does it better? Are things improving? Adrian Lopez is the CEO of Workforce Solutions Alamo.
Thanks so much for being with us here tonight. You know, of course, we're still struggling our economy to recover from the effects of the pandemic. And it seems like there are a lot of businesses looking to hire, but maybe struggling to do that. Is that something that you're hearing from businesses? And if so, what's the challenge there right now?
Yeah, definitely. What we experienced, of course, over the course of the last 14, 15 months was approximately about 330,000 plus individuals that filed for unemployment. The good news is that we're heading north of about 50% of those folks that are actually back in the workforce. It still is a tight labor force environment or workforce environment. And so we are hearing from employers that they are having difficulty filling the positions that are currently open. If we take, for example, the food and accommodation services, which lost about 57,000 jobs during that time frame, about 32,000 of those folks that actually lost those jobs in those sectors are actually back at work. But we certainly understand and see that employers are struggling at the moment to fill all of their positions.
Are you seeing some of these employers have to raise their wages because of the demand that is out there for workers?
Yeah, definitely. Employers are doing, any number of things, including raising their wages, doing signing bonuses, doing tenured bonuses. They're doing a lot of things to try to be competitive in the market to ensure that they're actually trying to, meet their particular HR needs.
So from the employer perspective to the potential employee perspective, what are you hearing from people who are looking for a job right now? A lot of people, that's a high number of people who were without a job because of the pandemic. So what's the experience of those who are seeking a job at this point?
Yeah, so those that are job seekers actually have a much more, open market, if you will, a variety of jobs for them to select. Some of them are actually selecting to actually get into the job market and be currently looking for a job. There are still others who are participating in our training programs. For example, when we think about the city's Train for Jobs program, we literally have hundreds of folks that are in training today that are probably looking at moving from food and accommodation services to another type of industry.
And that's something that we had actually talked with Mayor Ron Nirenberg a couple of weeks ago, and he said that it did seem like people were staying longer in that training that they maybe previously would have been, perhaps looking at something more career-oriented. But is that having an effect on some of these openings, the employers who can't fill positions because there are more people, because of the pandemic, perhaps looking to change their employment focus?
Yeah, definitely. The pandemic had tons of effects on our families living in these communities. And one of that effects is what is their next step, right, in terms of their career. As I mentioned, we have hundreds of folks that are in our programs, or at least the training program that the city has put together. But of those that have actually graduated, which we have several hundred of those as well, and have been placed in a job, they're earning anywhere from $15 to about $18 an hour, right? So where somebody may have been earning $10 an hour pre-pandemic and lost their jobs, they're certainly seeing gains associated with those folks that actually have been placed where they're making much more in terms of income.
I want to ask you about the status of San Antonio's economy, but first I want to talk about, there's been a lot of discussion, guesswork that some of the states cut their unemployment benefits that were provided by the federal government to try to incentivize more people to go back to work. Are you seeing any effect right now, or is it too early to tell?
I think it's a little too early to tell. We anticipate that because this benefit was actually just cut about 2 weeks ago, right? And just keep in mind that the folks that were most affected that were receiving these benefits were in large part people who were self-employed, who weren't qualified for the regular state unemployment benefits, right? Every time there's been a stimulus package passed, they've extended the regular state unemployment benefits. So the vast majority of the individuals who are actually receiving unemployment are actually going to continue to receive that benefit through the first week of September. Those that were receiving the enhancements and that were otherwise not qualified for unemployment through the state benefits actually did lose their benefits about 2 weeks ago. However, the actual effects of that probably won't be felt for another week or two.
How are you seeing San Antonio respond post-COVID, the economy?
I think the economy is showing some really strong signs of recovery. I think obviously when this topic associated with the labor market is an issue, but that's a process that we'll go through. I think one of the promising signs that we see in the data that we're looking at is that the labor force actually has grown about 60,000 people from last year to this year in terms of the same sort of time frame. That's a really, really good indicator, given the fact that other parts of the country are actually seeing reductions in their labor force. So there's less people that are actually in the job market or in the market to actually go look for jobs. That's increasing for the San Antonio region.
What is your best advice, given where our economy is right now and the job openings that are out there, your best advice for someone who is looking for a position?
Yeah, we would ask them to get engaged sooner than later. We work closely with employers. Just over the course of the last 4 or 5 months, we probably worked to close to about 500 employers, had about maybe 12,000 and host hiring events. So we would ask folks to engage with us sooner than later. If they want to get ready, or are they ready to get back into the job market, certainly we can help them with that. If they want to seek out training opportunities because they want to maybe have a career change, we certainly have those types of opportunities. And so, but we would encourage people to get engaged sooner than later.
What's the best way to do that, Adrian?
Yeah, so we have numerous ways that people can get in contact with us. We have 5 career centers located in Bexar County and another 11 located in the rural counties. But people can reach out to our hotline 210-224-4357 or go to our website at workforcesolutionsAlamo.org.
Appreciate your time. The CEO of Workforce Solutions Alamo, Mr. Adrian Lopez. Always a pleasure to talk to you, sir.
Thank you very much.
We'll be right back. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention putting a priority on in-person school this fall. Guidance released today suggests that schools can remove some protocols based on local conditions. When it comes to COVID-19, the CDC suggesting removing prevention strategies one at a time so it can be closely monitored to see if COVID cases increase. It says schools need to remain transparent with families, staff, and the community about this process and promote COVID-19 vaccinations for staff and students over 12.
A small-town church in Kentucky being linked to a COVID outbreak. Woodward County health officials say at least 40 people have tested positive for the virus in just the past 2 weeks. One person in the hospital. The majority of those who tested positive were not vaccinated. The name of the church hasn't been released. Local officials are currently doing testing to see if the outbreak involves the Delta variant.
Look outside with live cam. It is July 9th and it is 75 degrees. I just wanted to say that out loud.
Yeah, that's worth repeating. July 9th, 75 degrees.
I know a lot of us are probably sick of the rain at this point in the week, especially those that dealt with the flooding late Monday into early on Tuesday. You'll want some sunshine. We do have that coming up over the weekend, so some good news, but it's worth another look. Today's almanac, our low of 74, our high only 79 degrees this afternoon because of the clouds and the rain. Currently 76 at the airport. Still a good amount of cloud cover out there. Some light rain does linger, but as you can see on our live cam shot behind me, things are starting to brighten up just a little bit. We'll take another look at your weekend forecast coming up in just a bit.
In the buzz today, there are two battles being fought in the restaurants of America: the chicken sandwich war and another in the plant-based meat arena. Now, Beyond Meat is taking on chicken tendies.
Is that really what they're called?
Apparently.
Okay.
Yeah. The company has released a plant-based chicken-like product called Beyond Chicken Tenders.
The tenders, I am not calling them tendies, have 14 grams of protein per serving. They will be available at restaurants across the country starting this month. Beyond Meat recently replaced its signature plant-based burger with a version designed to taste more like beef from a cow. That was released in June.
No tendies for you?
No tendies.
No tendies for you. All right. Both Disney World and Disneyland are planning to bring back Halloween-themed events this year. Last year, they were called off at Disney World amid COVID concerns, and Disneyland was closed completely.
Events in the Florida park will include trick-or-treating and themed parades. Visitors in California can expect holiday-themed character sightings and a special effects show. The after-hours Halloween events require separate ticket purchases.
Start your planning now. Yeah. Today is no ordinary cookie cutter Friday. It is a time to celebrate a cookie that is an all-American favorite. It is National Sugar Cookie Day. It wasn't just adopted by the U.S., it was born here.
I love sugar cookies.
I do too.
It's believed to have originated way back in the 1700s in Nazareth, Pennsylvania. German Protestant settlers called it the Nazareth cookie. That name didn't catch on. Today, we know the ever popular and delicious treat as the sugar cookie. And even though it can be plain in appearance, it can look just as good as it tastes with a little creativity, maybe adding sprinkles. I just prefer the plain
just
original.
Like a good old sugar cookie. When you get some of the crunchy sugar on top.
Wait, we actually agree on something.
Oh my God, somebody write this down. If you're more fashion forward, today's the day to show it. It is National Fashion Day as well. It started in 2016. Oh, Steve's showing off his shoes here. This is all to celebrate the integral role of what we wear and how it plays in expressing ourselves. Here in America, a lot of fashionistas might look to New York Fashion Week in September as a source for inspiration.
They missed my check the watch pose. But for culturally diverse communities in the U.S., fashion is really about identity, and the celebration isn't limited to just one day or week. Fashion Day also important to young people who aspire to join the industry. It's a very big business. The global market for apparel expected to reach $2.2 trillion by 2025.
Ironic, we're talking about this standing here in our tennis shoes.
Yeah. This was
You guys get to wear tennis shoes? I'm just kidding. My tennis shoes are at my desk. We have that one.
Usually you join us in our Friday tennis shoe.
I know. They're at my desk. They're at my desk.
We're standing out here, you know?
Yeah. Yes, definitely. So another look at our high temperature for today. It's just awesome that this is July 9th and our high was 79. Pretty cool. In fact, places like Washington, D.C. and New York City were warmer today than we were here in South Central Texas. Just bask in that, because most of the time during the summer, we're the hot spot across the country. So bask in this today. Of course, we've got an area of low pressure spinning over South Central Texas. That is what has kept us rainy not only today, but also for the past couple of days. We've got an area of upper level high pressure centered nearly over the Four Corners here. And around this ridge, we've got some severe weather across the central and northern portion of the plains that stays well out of our area. So switching over now to rain making energy. Anywhere you see these blobs of orange or red, that's good. Lift in the atmosphere, rain making energy. No surprise. We've got a lot of it here in our part of the world because of this low that has produced the rain over the past few days. As we get into tomorrow, that low is really going to get stretched out over northern Mexico. It will weaken a lot. Some spotty showers still possible tomorrow, but overall we're going to get to dry out tomorrow into Sunday as well. Next week, also no big weather makers moving through, so we won't have much rain making energy to work with, and we'll really see our rain chances take a nosedive. These 20% chances next week through the middle part of next week are mainly just going to be closer to the Gulf of Mexico. As is fairly typical in the summertime, we could see the sea breeze start to fire off some spotty storms in the afternoon, so that's what this rain chance is heading into the middle part of next week. So this really, really rainy pattern that we're in, or that we've been in this week, will start to change as we get into the weekend. So if I had to pick a day for you this week, especially if you want to spend a lot of time outdoors, maybe we need to tidy up the yard a little bit after all the rain, I think Sunday is going to be the better day for you. I'm going to step off here for just a second because we could see some spotty showers early in the morning tomorrow and a pop-up shower or non-severe storm tomorrow afternoon, but Sunday looks like a completely dry day. Currently 79 in Gonzales, 79 in Pleasanton, 80 in Cotulla. Check out these dew points. While, looking outside today, it's been nice and overcast, and yeah, our air temperatures are cool. Our dew points are just sky high. It is muggy out there. So if you've got evening plans, you'll have to contend with the really muggy air and also some lingering shower activity. Of course, we've got extensive cloud cover and some lingering rain even around Bexar County, especially western Bexar County into Medina County. Some light to moderate rain there. Flash flood warning we've been talking about does continue until 7:30 this evening for southwestern Bexar. Northwestern Atascosa County down 35, a few lingering showers and even some spotty showers up in parts of the hill country and over into Valverde County. But even since about 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon, radar has really started to quiet down, and that trend will continue into the evening and overnight hours. Again, as that low weekends tonight into tomorrow, we'll see our rain chances gradually get trimmed back. Nonetheless, a spotty shower possible early tomorrow, a pop-up shower tomorrow afternoon. Overall, though, a good chance to start to dry off for your Saturday and again on Sunday, and most of us should stay dry through next week as well, guys.
All right. Thank you, Katie.
In case you missed it, coming up next.
Here's today's In Case You Missed It.
Our Garrett Berger joins us live from a pop-up vaccination clinic that's being held in the airport of all places. Garrett, how much is that being used?
Well, as you arrive here in the San Antonio International Airport, you can get your baggage and your vaccination shots in the very same spot. Now, Metro Health, which is coordinating these pop-up clinics around the city, says these clinics here in the airport are averaging more than 100 people per day.
Teachers and students who are fully vaccinated do not need to wear a mask when they return to school in the late fall. That's according to updated safety guidance by the CDC. This change comes as children young as 12 are eligible to get vaccinated. CDC officials also say social distancing classrooms are not required among fully vaccinated students and staff.
A San Antonio man facing a 40-year sentence after being convicted of beating a 93-year-old man to death. 24-year-old Damian Jimenez pleading guilty to murder in the 437th District Court this morning.
2 people and their pets safe after a neighbor told them their house was on fire. Fire officials say that same neighbor tried to use a garden hose to put out the fire. Damage estimated at $50,000.
We now know the name of the driver who died after his truck careened up a bridge on the southeast side. The Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office identifying him as 33-year-old Joshua Jaramillo. The crash happened around 9 p.m. last night on Loop 410. San Antonio police say for an unknown reason, Jaramillo hit the left curb and guardrail, causing that truck to go off the bridge.
All right, the heavier rain that caused some flooding issues from this afternoon, that is really starting to fizzle out, which is good news, but we do have some lingering light to moderate rain across the area. So if you'll be out this evening, please be careful on the roads. Some isolated showers possible overnight and into the day Saturday. Most of us, though, will stay dry tomorrow. Sunday, another nice day to dry off, and looking ahead to next week. More typical weather pattern for us. Some isolated coastal showers possible in the afternoons.
So the old school rains are going away, is what you're saying.
From things
earlier in the week. Monday's so old school.
No, I mean, like, yeah, exactly. It's happening forever.